Hi guys, welcome to our first recorded lecture. We're going to start with Chapter 1, Managing the Transition to College. As you know, EDUC 13 is a course for first-time students, whether you're coming straight from high school, whether you're in dual credit, so you're still in high school, or if you went to work, went to the army, whatever, and now you're coming back to college. Generally, this is probably your first or second semester. So we're going to kind of talk about some of the differences. Really, a lot of students suffer from what I think is just kind of a culture shock of being in an environment previous to college where you're told when to turn things in, when to be where, and your schedule is sort of made for you, to now having the freedom of making your own schedule, being responsible for all of your own actions, and nobody's constantly reminding you and sending you text or emails when things are due, and you sort of get to manage that on your own. So we watched this video in week 1. I hope you had time to watch it. I really like, it's a little bit older now, but I really like the points that he makes about college is more than just the GPA. It's more than just going to classes, and a lot of students don't necessarily realize that. But it is about networking. It is about learning soft skills. It's kind of a whole package kind of deal that you really have to work on more, both your academic GPA and then, like he says, kind of getting that 4.0 outside of college. College is the place where you get to kind of make those mistakes because you're learning, you're figuring it out. But you're also building skills, building things to put on your resume, so that you can be more successful when you get out of college and you start looking for jobs. And just so we know that there are some rewards, statistics continue to show, and they continue every single year, to show the same thing, that more college tends to lead to a higher average of income, and with that also lower unemployment rates. And I attribute that to things. There's a lot of jobs out there. Healthcare is an easy example that require some sort of degree in skills training before you can even walk in the door. And many years ago, when I did my undergraduate thesis, that was one of the things that I looked into, and it was healthcare specifically. Actually had higher levels of job openings, but they couldn't get people in there because people have to go and get these skills in college or wherever it is before they can come in. So when we talk about unemployment rates, we're not talking about McDonald's or Starbucks. We're talking about these jobs that require certain levels of education that really need people to come in and fill those roles. So having the degree, regardless of what it is, usually helps you get in the door easier. It makes you more competitive on your application and your resume, and it kind of sets you apart, depending on the field that you're in, because it shows that you have commitment. It shows that you're willing to start and finish something, which is really huge for employers. In addition to getting the skills in that area, right, that major, and you learn things that you just may not learn naturally everywhere else. Communication, oral and written communication skills are huge. Those are what we call soft skills. Learning how to advocate for yourself, learning how to problem solve, all those are soft skills that employers really, really like to see in their employees. But there's no course, there's no certificate. That's just something that we kind of learn. And college is a great way to learn a lot of those soft skills before jumping into the workforce. Community college environment. Just real quick on these, you do have students' rights and responsibility. You have a student handbook. This is all on the website for you. If you have any trouble finding it, let me know. And it's a two-way street. You're expected to have academic integrity, which means don't plagiarize, don't cheat, all of that. You're expected to complete your assignments. You're expected to respect each other, respect your professors, and your professors need to do the same for you. You're going to hear a lot of different opinions. There's a lot of diversity in community college, especially because we're what you call, open enrollment, as you know. And so we have students, we have international students, we have working students, we have full-time students, veterans, college students, traditional college students, high school students. So the classrooms can get really, really diverse. And there's a lot of opinions, which is awesome, makes for really fruitful conversations, but it's things that you as a college student need to understand and to respect. Keep on those goals. We're going to talk about values and goals in chapter 3 and chapter 4, along with time management. You are responsible for your personal behavior. I think a big one for college students is when we talk about freedom of speech. So just a reminder in your classes, freedom of speech as a constitutional amendment means the government cannot suppress your freedom of speech if you're a journalist. It does not mean freedom of consequence. So if you're in a course and you're becoming disrespectful to a peer, to a teacher, to anybody, there are consequences. You will have, discipline. You'll see a dean. You do. No student has the right to come in there and bully or make a toxic atmosphere in a course. And so you as a student have to understand that you don't get that right, and also have to understand if there's somebody in your classroom that they don't get that right, and you can report them. And you can start by talking to your professor, or the even your advisor can help escalate that with you. So remember all that. And then that last one, comply with all college policies, because we do have them. It's meant to make a safe learning environment for everybody. So there are responsibilities that you're going to have because you're considered an adult in college. I don't care if you're a 16-year-old dual credit student, you're considered an adult in college. You're responsible for everything that you do on campus.